to spend Christmas on Christmas Island? How'd you like to spend a holiday away across the sea? How'd you like to spend Christmas on Christmas Island? How'd you like to hang your stocking on a great big coconut tree? How'd you like to stay up late like the islanders do? Wait for Santa to sail in with your presents in a canoe. So if you ever spend Christmas on Christmas Island, you will never stray, for every day your Christmas dreams come true. You will never stray, for every day your Christmas dreams come true.
Aloha and good morning. You know, I love to say that because this gentleman right here always does that whenever he welcomes a crowd. Speaker, what an honor it is today to pay tribute to you. We got a lot of good friends and family here, and we have an actual formal program, then I'd like you to come up and say a few words in a few minutes. But the City Council's Honorary Certificate Program honors and acknowledges those individuals and groups who have made an impact in our local, national, and international communities. And you've done all three. So, Mr. Clerk, can you please announce our first and only recipient?
Good morning, Mr. Chair, council members, and members of the public. Our sole presentation of the day honors and congratulates Councilmember Calvin Say on the occasion of his retirement. This presentation is made by yourself, Council Chair Waters.
Thank you very much. I'd like to now call the Honorable Governor of the State of Hawaii, Josh Green.
Aloha. Sorry for that bromance moment here in the early hours of the day. Today, friends, we're here to honor Speaker Say. And as you can tell, Chair Waters and I say that it rolls off of our lips because we had the great honor to serve with Calvin Say in the House of Representatives, as did so many others. So it's a great honor for me to be here today. First, to be just a small part of the recognition for you, dear friend. Thank you and congratulations, Speaker. To you, Chair, thank you for welcoming me. Council, esteemed council members, it's an honor to be here with you and so many of our colleagues over the years. Speaker, mahalo for your service. Whether it was at the county level or at the state level, you were the only leader we knew as young legislators. Helping keep us on track, helping Hawaii care for its people. You always had that heart for people, and we learned that in the first moments. I remember when you welcomed my family and I and a group of 7 new legislators exactly 20 years ago in 2004, we were told there's this thing called organization. You're gonna meet Calvin Say, just moments after the election. And I remember people like Jerry Chang. Where is Jerry today? Let's single him out, and a round of applause for Jerry Chang, one of our leaders back on that moment. Thank you, Jerry. And you took many of us under your wing, Speaker, with such heart. One of the tiny melancholy parts of today is other leaders like Cliff Suji, who came in that same year and who you had a deep affection for and worked with all those years. And we lost Representative Suji a couple years back, but he was also in that group. Another little known name, Kyle Yamashita, now head of the Finance Committee at the House of Representatives. You see, we are all nervous now that we're supposed to be the adults in the room, Speaker. And Tommy and I were reflecting on that, but it was in those years where you helped mold so many of us and gave us the right temperament and really the right spirit of aloha in government to participate. So thank you for helping us build Hawaii together. You championed so many causes. I hope people know the multitude of achievements that the Speaker gave us over the years. There would not be a cancer research center if not for this man. There would not be a trauma health system if not for this man, who encouraged us as young legislators to fight for those kind of things. And at the end of the day, let's just be quite honest, the Speaker of the House often has a say of what direction our state will go in. And he encouraged us to bring those new ideas to the table because he had great wisdom and experience, but he wanted to include us, and that was something. So, Speaker, it is the consensus that you always built. It's the humility and approachability that you brought. It was the patience that you had for me and Tommy, because there were some moments I could tell you, and there were probably moments at every level of government over the years that you helped us smooth over and turn into positive things for the people of Hawaii. So Speaker, we, in this case, it is myself and Jamie and Sylvia and others from the executive branch. We want to say you are in our hearts. We will never forget these 48 years of service to our state, which I believe has got to be a record. And on behalf of all the people that you mentored along the way, some of the other even legends, the Takamines and the Coco Buns and the Hanabusas and all of these people, they were there, and it was your leadership that kept us on track. So we just say this, in recognition of your extraordinary achievements on behalf of our state, for your remarkable 4+ decades of service, mahalo, Speaker. Dating back to 1976, 1 year before my wife was born. Unbelievable. You're the only Speaker I knew for those years. Your career has been known for dedication to collaboration, approachability, and you built consensus across all political lines. One final tiny story about consensus across political lines. So when you come in, you know, you're not noticed a lot when you're a junior legislator. And in the throes of one of our parties right after the session, some lobbyist or other came over and introduced me, they thought, to Speaker, and Speaker said, "It's nice to have a young Republican here at our Democratic Party." Before he said, "Oh, wait a second, that's green." And it was quite the funny moment, but it actually underscored just how loving Speaker was to both parties, to new and old legislators, and to anyone who wanted to become a part of what he was building for our state. So as you retire from public service formally, we express our heartfelt appreciation for your decades of service, your contributions to the lives of countless residents across Hawaii. Your legacy is celebrated today and forever as an enduring example of what true public service means. Your impact will continue to guide us toward a brighter future for our state, and you were our mentors. So for that, we express forever love. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Governor. I'd like to now call up the Honorable Mayor Rick Blangiardi.
Good morning, everyone. Tommy, good morning, Council Chair. Council members, thank you. Thank you all for being here. Before I have the honor of giving Calvin a proclamation and a key to the city, I might add, I've only given out 2 other keys to the city since I've been here. So we don't do this every day. One was to Clarissa Moore, our first Olympic champion. The other was to Charlie Wade. So you joined that list of champions, sir. So I actually, just, if you don't mind, just a minute or two. I've known Calvin for a very long time. Not since he was born, but not long after. You know, I'm one of the few guys in this room, I think, it outdates you. When I was a young football coach at the University of Hawaii, Calvin was working at the Flamingo Chuck Wagon. And in those years, I used to talk at the quarterback club regularly, and he was there. And we've had that relationship. And because of that, that friendship, if you will, and how it was formed, I followed him throughout his, political career and became aware, not ever knowing that I would have the opportunity to work with him, but always had great admiration for him because he was just so real, honest, authentic, and just, to me, in so many ways, embodies what we hope somebody who's just dedicated as many years as you have to public service would be. I mean, in the real deal. So, as I wrote to you yesterday, I'm going to miss you. It's been very comforting for me, with all due respect to other council members, to have you part of the city council. And so know that even though it's only been 4 brief years here, your impact will be lasting. Continues on. in the legacy of our friendship and relationship, and I hope this is not the end of it, because I do and wish you will come to my office with your sage advice whenever you can find the time to come up and have a cup of coffee. So with that, I listened to what the governor said in his proclamation. This one has a little bit more chronology to it. I don't know what was said before I get in here, but this is the moment, sir, so indulge me. Whereas Calvin K.Y. Say has devoted 48 years of public service, selflessly and generously serving the citizens of Hawaii and making significant contributions to state and local legislation. And whereas he was born on February 1, 1952, to Honolulu, Hawaii, in Palolo Valley, graduated then from St. Louis School in 1970 and received his Bachelor of Arts in Education from the University of Hawaii at Manoa in 1974. And whereas his distinguished political career began in 1976 when he was elected to the Hawaii House of Representatives 20th District seat, representing Kaimuki, Palolo, and St. Louis Heights. And he served there until 2020. And whereas during his service, he was selected as the first Chinese American to serve as Speaker of the House from 1999 to 2012, which remains the longest tenure as Speaker in state history. And whereas he has been pivotal in shaping significant developments in Hawaii, with notable contributions, including the historic restoration of the only royal place in the United States, Iolani Palace, and to other major, boy, I thought I could do this without my glasses here, having my cataracts here, but in other major heiau throughout the state, led conservation efforts to return Ka'olawe, previously used by the U.S. Navy as a weapons testing site, in the implementation and enactment of the culture and arts programs in our schools. You know, and Mike Formby actually was here, told me about all the work you did on the super ferry. I noticed that's not meant here in the proclamation and how you made that happen. So I think that's really worth noting, and I wish we still had that today. So whereas Calvin K.Y. Say has exemplified the spirit of aloha with his generosity to the community by giving his time and leadership to help build a better Hawaii for his constituents and future generations. Now, therefore, I, Rick Blangiardi, Mayor of the City and County of Honolulu, do hereby proclaim December 11th, 2024, to be Calvin K.Y. Say Day in recognition of his commitment and exemplary service as a public servant for more than 4 decades, and appreciation for his dedication to the people of Hawaii and the City and County of Honolulu. Calvin, you have my highest respect and the respect of this community. So on behalf of a very thankful public as mayor, for the thousands and thousands of people you've helped through 4+ decades, God bless you and thank you for your incredible service. Now, this is the official key, and I'm honored, seriously, as I told you, very honored to be able to present this to you. And this is the third one. Everybody's been most deserving, but none more than you, sir. None more than you.
Hau'oli po akolu. Happy Wednesday. Esteemed colleagues, distinguished guests, those tuning in on Olelo, it is with great honor we celebrate the remarkable journey and honor of a man whose dedication and service have left a profound and lasting impact on our community and here at Honolulu Hale and throughout Hawaii. Today we present a very special honorary certificate to a true pillar of our community, Councilmember Calvin Say. For 48 years, Calvin Say has served the people of the state of Hawaii and residents of the city and county of Honolulu with unwavering commitment, integrity, and most importantly, aloha. His journey in public service began with a simple yet profound desire to make a difference. Over 4 decades, he has been a steadfast advocate for our community, championing causes that have significantly improved the lives of countless individuals. As a true teaching enthusiast, his experience, insight, and passion to serve our community have been a guiding light for me and all of us. As we reflect on his illustrious career, we are reminded of the countless hours he has dedicated to listening to our community concerns, fighting for their needs, and ensuring their collective voices are heard. His legacy is one of tireless service, and his impact, for which we are deeply grateful, and will be felt for generations to come. I now yield the floor to Vice Chair Kia Aina.
Mahalo, Chair Waters. Aloha, Councilmember Say, and good morning to all those here with us today in the council chambers. Calvin, it has been a distinct honor and a profound privilege to serve alongside you for the past 4 years for the City Council. Aohe hananui ke alu ia translates to no task is too big when done together. This olelo noeau beautifully captures the essence of collaborative effort and the significant impact of a dedicated leader who has worked tirelessly with the community for the greater good. Calvin Say was born and raised in Palolo Valley, Honolulu, on the island of Oahu, and spent much of his youth and his siblings in Hanalei on the island of Kauai, fishing and working on rice and taro farms under the guidance of their popo and gungung, who together with his parents instilled in him the values of filial piety, respect, obedience, care, and devotion toward elders at an early age. These values shaped the foundation for his highly respected and successful career in public service. Aloha and mahalo for your service. Congratulations on your retirement. And it is not a farewell, but until we meet again. I now yield the floor to Councilmember Toba.
Thank you, Vice Chair Kia Aina. Uncle Cal, your dedication to our community for nearly 5 decades have been truly inspiring. Working with you and learning from your example has been an amazing privilege. Calvin Say, a proud crusader and graduate of St. Louis High School for boys in Kaimuki, Honolulu class of 1970. I was 2 years old. Pursued his passion for education by earning a bachelor's degree in education from the University of Hawaii at Manoa. He began his teaching career in 1974, dedicating 1 year each at Roosevelt and Kalani High School before transitioning to public service. In 1976, he embarked on a distinguished political career serving as a member of the Hawaii State House of Representatives for the 20th District, encompassing Kaimuki, Palolo, and St. Louis Heights, a role he held for an impressive 44 years, from 1976 to 2020. Calvin's passion for education remained a cornerstone of his leadership style throughout his tenure, shaping his approach to policymaking and mentorship. Thank you again, Calvin. Best wishes on your retirement, and please know I'm always looking for an opening act and a sidekick on radio. I now yield the floor to Councilmember Cordero.
Mahalo, Councilmember Toba. Aloha, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. And mahalo, Uncle Cal. I met Uncle Cal when, as a 20-year-old, since we're naming ages here, when I started working for his, or interning with his vice speaker then, my predecessor, Vice Speaker and former council member, Joey Manahan. And I was tasked to go to the speaker's office for some signatures. And, he's been speaker for as long as that I could remember from when I was small kid times. So I was very afraid to go to the speaker's office just to ask for a signature. And it took a while, but then my predecessor, Joey, brought me over to Speaker Say's office, introduced me, and I have to say, I was still intimidated until 4 years later, or I should say, 10 years later when we were able to be elected together. And so it took a while for me to acclimate and to understand that we have our Yoda and then I'm the youngin, and both of us wise got to stick together. And we brought the best of both worlds together as partners, both as chairs and vice chairs on the same committee. So Councilmember Say, your extraordinary career in public service is a shining example of what it means to lead with heart and integrity. Your political career is distinguished by remarkable achievements, including being one of the youngest individuals ever elected to the Hawaii State House of Representatives. You made history as the first Chinese American to serve as Speaker of the House in Hawaii. You hold the record as the longest serving speaker in our state's history, leading with distinction for 14 years, which is why that's all I could remember, you as speaker, from January 4, 1999 to January 16, 2013. And I remember in 2013, you would still call our office line in the district, not looking for me, but you were looking for Joey, making sure he's taking care and that we're staying safe, that we're doing good work here at the county. A notable highlight of your career in 1999 was when you were elected to president of the National Speakers Conference by your fellow House or Assembly speakers from across the nation. This prestigious role marked a highlight of your career, reflecting the deep respect and recognition you earned from your peers for your leadership, vision, and dedication to public service. And for that is why it's so hard for many of us to alter between speaker, uncle. You tell us to call you uncle or council members. So we know that you give us grace for that. In true form, as a perpetual educator, we want to thank you for all of your tips, notes, suggestions, and maybe not as thankful, but for keeping us on our toes for your pop quizzes, whether it be in committee or here on the floor. We are grateful for all your experiences and knowledge you have shared and wish you a well-deserved retirement. May it be fulfilling as your career, and I know where to find you in Kalihi. So we hope that you will continue to be welcomed by us. Please know that you are welcomed by us here at Hale as well. I now yield the floor to Councilmember Dos Santos Tam.
Thank you, Councilmember Cordero. And like Councilmember Cordero, I also have Uncle Cal or Speaker Say story. As I was cutting my teeth in politics, I spent a lot of time at the Capitol working on housing and labor and a number of other issues. And like Councilmember Cordero, I too was intimidated to go to the Speaker's office because, of course, one doesn't go to the Speaker's office unless the issue is really, really important and needs the Speaker's help. And I remember sitting across the table from you, and it was intimidating, but from the moment that you sat down, you're so warm and explained things so clearly and listened so carefully. And like Councilmember Cordero said, had a sense of humor and a jovialness and a lightness and really a sense of caring, not just for the people in your office, but for the community, for everybody, the thousands of people who gather at the Capitol and want a single minute of your time. It's really amazing. And so today truly is a special day as we honor and celebrate you, Councilmember Say. Your unwavering dedication and compassionate leadership have made a lasting impact on us all. In addition to his political career, Calvin Say has served as the president of Kotake Shokai Limited since 1980. This family-owned small business specializes in importing and distributing a diverse range of products. And under his leadership, the company has built a reputation for quality and reliability, serving various industries and clients. And so I want to thank you again. Serving with you here at the City Council has really been an honor and privilege, and seeing you in the community, in Chinatown, in the Chinese community, in all of the events that we go to together. I want to thank you for your leadership, for sharing all the many honorary certificates that we do. It really has been an inspiration. And so I'll really miss you. And of course, this isn't goodbye, it's Sahui Ho. So congratulations. I hope you enjoy your retirement. And I'll yield the floor now to Councilmember Tupola.
Mahalo, Councilmember Dos Santos Tam. Aloha mai kākou. Calvin, I'm gonna hold it together. Your remarkable career is a testament to your passion for public service. And here's a Calvin Sayism. And to our friends across the street at the legislature, thank you for being here today. Calvin has a lot to say to you guys when we're in these chambers. We're very grateful, for all of the people who came here to celebrate Councilmember Say. When I first became a State House representative, he welcomed me into his office and said, I'm here if you ever need any help, Andrea, if you need any pointers, if you need encouragement. Him, Sharon, Marcus, Jimmy, they were like anchors for me when I first became a representative. And I remember that there were some daunting days. And this is the phrase Calvin would always say to me. He said, Andrea, keep your head up. Believe in Christ. He's the reason why we're here. And he said it to me even as I became a council member. Calvin Say has been instrumental in driving key developments in the state of Hawaii since its statehood in 1959. His remarkable achievements and invaluable contributions have profoundly enriched our island's home's cultural and historical fabric. Among his many accomplishments are the historic restoration and preservation of Iolani Palace, the only royal palace in the United States, the revitalization of Heiau across the state, and his dedication to conservation efforts that facilitated the return of Kaho'olawe, an island once used by the United States Navy for weapons and testing. And here's a Calvin Sayism. In conclusion, mahalo, Cal. For your 48 years of public service, you exemplify stability for many of us, unwavering dedication that a lot of us who come up behind you have yet to learn. Congratulations on your retirement. I now yield the floor to Councilmember Wire.
Mahalo, Councilmember Tupola. Good morning, everyone. Today we pay tribute to Speaker, Councilmember Say, Uncle Cal, and your outstanding service to the people of the state of Hawaii and the city and county of Honolulu. Your 48 years of dedicated public service have been marked by wisdom, kindness, and a deep commitment to our community. After 44 years in the state legislature, Calvin Say was elected to the Honolulu City Council in 2020, proudly representing District 5, which includes Palolo Valley, St. Louis Heights, Mo'ili'ili, Manoa, Macaulay, Ala Moana, Makiki, and parts of Kaka'ako. As a council member, you made a substantial impact by serving as chair of the Committee on Budget and the Committee on Zoning, where your leadership was pivotal in addressing fiscal and urban development challenges. Drawing on your decades of legislative experience, you championed stronger collaboration between city and state agencies, emphasizing unity with this mantra: we are all in the same canoe. However, meeting constituents face-to-face and walking the neighborhoods you served, all that brought you the greatest joy. Whether attending all 7 neighborhood boards meetings each month, visiting local businesses, or chatting with residents during your regular walks through the district, you valued every opportunity to connect personally with the community, took pride in engaging directly with constituents at community events, and participating in neighborhood cleanups, always striving to make District 5 a better place to live and work. And your hands-on approach and genuine care for the people you represented remains a hallmark of your public service. Thank you for being an inspiration to all of us. Thank you for the leadership and guidance you provided to us freshmen. Thank you for your patience, giving us room to make mistakes and having that grace to guide us, because I know that many of us are strong-headed, so I appreciate that. I wish you all the best in your next chapter during retirement. You have truly earned it. Mahalo. And I kindly yield to Councilmember Okimoto.
Mahalo, Councilmember Wire. Aloha and good morning to everyone joining us here today on this special day as we honor and celebrate the service of Councilmember Say, or Speaker, as those of us who have been blessed to serve with you in the state legislature lovingly call you. Your remarkable 48 years of service have been a testament to dedication and integrity. Calvin Say, a devoted public servant for 48 years, has built lasting relationships with the residents of Hawaii and Honolulu through his unwavering commitment to local legislation and hands-on approach to community engagement. His genuine dedication to meeting constituents face-to-face, listening to their concerns, and working alongside them has left an indelible mark, not only on the lives of his family, friends, and colleagues, but also on the hearts of the people he has tirelessly served, informed, and empowered throughout his remarkable career. Calvin Say's family and faith are the cornerstones of his life, and he cherishes spending time with his wife, Cora, and his two sons, Jeffrey and Jared. And I want to thank Cora and the Say Ohana for sharing Speaker with us all these many decades as he has served our state. I can personally attest to his love of faith and family, as on many occasions, Speaker Say would out of the blue call me or send me a text message to make sure I made time for my daughters and find balance in life, as he has strived with his own Ohana. And whenever I was having a rough day, I'd often call him and text him or call him, and his advice to me was always, Val, trust in the Lord, trust in the man above. Speaker, I know I stand with many who have been so blessed by your selfless service and mentorship, whether it be tutoring me and my staff as a freshman legislator on baseline budget, or teaching me about life's important lessons to be kind to all. I am extremely grateful for the opportunities I've had to serve alongside you, both in the state legislature and here in the Honolulu City Council. And while I'm extremely sad to see you leave us and will dearly miss serving alongside you, I do look forward to not be constrained by sunshine law anymore whenever I want to talk with you. All joking aside, I wish you the best, Speaker, on your hard-earned and more than deserved retirement with Cora and your Ohana. Mahalo for all you have done here on Oahu, for Hawaii, and beyond. Your shoes will never be completely filled, and your legacy will live on and continue to inspire us all. Congratulations on your retirement. I now yield the floor back to Chair Waters.
Thank you so much. I'd like to now invite former Chair of the Honolulu City Council, Nestor Garcia, to say a few words.
Chairman Waters, members of the City Council, thank you for allowing Congressman Case to present this special congressional certificate to Speaker. Aside from the two members on the floor here, Councilmembers Tupola and Okimoto, who served with Speaker, I see other members of the House who also served alongside Speaker, Joey Manahan, Director Tokioka, Sharon Har here, Jerry Chang, John Ricky Karamatsu, who was my representative when I left office, Kiko Bukowski, a union leader, and others that might be here. I'm sorry if I missed you. Also, before I want to share the message from Congressman Case, want to relay some of my personal observations and memories of Speaker. He and I, along with some others here, have served on both sides of Punchbowl Street, and very honored to have done so. You never want to see which one you want to favor, because it's like trying to, favor your one of your children. But since I used to serve on this very rostrum here as chair, I kind of lean towards this side of the street, maybe. Governor talked earlier about some of the legislation that became a reality under the leadership of the Speaker. But I want to share a couple of other measures that I don't think the full story have been shared with anyone. And these two pieces of legislation became reality because of the Speaker. One of which is the largest public works project ever to come to the state. This is the responsibility of the Speaker. In 2002, Act 161 became law. This is the first taxing authority given just to the city and county of Honolulu. The other counties did not take upon that opportunity. But it was the first tax surcharge to pay for the local share of the rail project. Governor Lingle actually let it become law without her signature. But it was the Speaker and the Senate President that allowed this measure to become enacted by state lawmakers. The other piece of legislation actually is of national prominence. I'm not sure if the Speaker understood what the scope of this measure was. What this was a law that was a measure that was proposed by Governor Cayetano. What it would do, it would allow for first-time nonviolent offenders with a substance abuse problem to go to drug treatment instead of prison. This was the first time that a state legislature actually voted to make this happen. And it would not have happened without the Speaker's leadership. True, there are other states in the country that had something like this on the books, California and Arizona. But they were laws that became reality because of a public referendum. Our law was the first time ever that a state legislature enacted it into law. And that was because Speaker Say made it happen. So I think among all the multitudes of legislation that was the responsibility of the Speaker, those two come to mind because they were personal to me. I helped shepherd that law that I just spoke of. And when the tax surcharge became reality, I was the one that introduced the legislation here to trigger it, and became effective in the year 2007. So, Speaker, from your majority leader who served with you in the House, Congressman Ed Case, presents the Certificate of Special Congressional Recognition to the Honorable Calvin Say for your almost half-century of dedicated service to the people of Hawaii, including 44 years as a member of the Hawaii State House of Representatives, 13 of those years as Speaker of the House, and 4 years as a member of the Honolulu City Council. With great respect and deep gratitude. Signed on the 11th day of December, 2024, Ed Case, United States Congressman, 1st District of Hawaii.
Actually, brother, you can stay up here. We're going to have you say a few words. But, you know, following up on what Nestor Garcia just said, think about it. You've been the Speaker to our Senators Brian Schatz, Mazie Hirono served under your leadership. Governor Green served under your leadership. Ed Case served under your leadership. You mentored us all of us. The fact that all these people are here is a testament to the wonderful, wonderful person that you are and the wonderful work that you've done. You're not just a friend to us, you're a mentor to us and an inspiration to all of us. So it's my honor to recognize you and our honor to recognize you today. And thank you for 48 years of service. And aloha, my brother. Come, wait. Oh. Can we play the video first before he says a few words? Let's stay up here.
It's us, your District 5 team, past and present. We're just here to wish you a happy retirement.
Calvin Say, Speaker Say. How's it, brother?
It's been a long, long journey.
As you know, there were other speakers that came after you, but in my mind, you will be the only true speaker who had the dignity, the intelligence, and the regalness to have held that title.
You came into my life when I was not expecting it. I still remember in 1978, I was chopping cow beef for you when you were running for office at the first time.
He was was on everybody's radar when he was 20 years old, a busboy at Flamingo, and winning his district for which he held the next 40 years.
He always wanted to teach us as his staff. Everything was a teachable moment.
I remember distinctly what you said about coming from the county council and being in the state legislature. You used to tell me when I was advocating for the beach liability bill, brother, you're not in the county council anymore. You're in the state legislature, right here. You're in the state legislature, and great advice. And I know when you went back to the city council, you had to take your own advice. So
One of my fondest memories, and I think it really defines who you are. A lot of people don't know, as I was campaigning, that my father had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. I don't know if you remember this, Speaker, but you actually came to the hospice where my father was, and you took my father's hand and you told him, Dr. Hard, don't worry, I'm going to take care of her. And to this day, you have always lived up to that because that is who you are.
Speaker has been like a father figure to me, somebody that had always impressed upon me the importance of history and knowing how we got to a certain place in order to be able to move forward. Somebody that instilled that type of values is Calvin Say.
I just wanted to let you know how much you mean to me and how you made me grow in council, and I really appreciate being part of the team. You're always going to be my mentor and my teacher. So I just want to tell you, mahalo from my heart, and take care.
Why you gotta cry?
You're in the moment. I'm so sorry. Yeah, but I'm pregnant and you're gonna mess with my hormones.
Sorry.
Okay?
I'm so bad.
The world would be a much better place if there were millions of you around. Not only do you do what you think is right, but you really do look out for the better good for everybody involved.
You really taught me to make these genuine connections with constituents and really take the time to show up in person and talk to them about their concerns, what they hope for and what they need.
You're like one of the only legislators who I can say is very Christ-like. Every day we always talk about being like Christ, and you are Christ-like.
He's a real dude, even though he's been a public servant for so long, he really, walks the talk, and it's very, very inspiring, truly.
I just want to say, Speaker, congratulations on your retirement. People wouldn't understand the extent of our experiences. We internalize a lot of these experiences, and it's going to stay with us. There's life after retirement, so you don't have to worry. Oh, I see Uber coming. So, again, Speaker, congratulations. Talk to you later. Right now, about 2 years ago, we formed the Legislative Caucus Makuli Club. So you're going to be a member. And also, I'm going to bring some sake for you to come back. So other than that, happy retirement. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you. And I see you again next year. Take care. Aloha.
Dad, congratulations in your retirement. Enjoy it, but spend a lot of time at the Capitol and City Hall still yet, because if you come home too often, you're going to drive Mom nuts. Take care.
Well, I'll keep it very short since we do have a 10 o'clock hearing coming up, full council. But before I begin, let me just say, Governor Green, thank you very much for everything that you've done for the people of the state of Hawaii. Mayor Blangiardi, thank you very much for your contribution to the county of Oahu, which I am very, very happy and proud of what you've accomplished this past 4 years. Managing Director for me, keep up the great work as far as being the barrier from all other sources of concerns that you may have. For all of you, let me just start off by saying, aloha! There's a purpose and a reason why I do this. If you were with Councilmember Tyler DeSantos Tam and I at all these Chinese dinners, I'm trying to get up the old Chinese men and women for dinner. But before I begin my very short presentation, I'd also like to introduce my lovely wife, Cora, who is stand by me for the past, how many years, Cora? 44 plus years? And my oldest son, Jeffrey, would you like to stand to be recognized? He's married, so it's all right. And my youngest son's wife, Elaine, Jared is the one that was on the web. Elaine. And my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, John and Karen, from the Kotake family. The accomplishments of Calvin Say is not Calvin Say. It is basically all of you. It's not me, but we as a family, as a community. Accomplishments for me has been, fascinating. And do you think I'll probably record it in the journal or in a book? My answer to you is no. I was thinking about doing a collage in regards to pictures, but then I said to myself, no. So I said to myself, maybe if I do a book, the names of all of you who are here, which I thank you very much, will all be with initials. Why? That way they don't know who is who. And that's a concern. But my wife said very succinctly this morning, Radiant, keep it short. So on behalf of the Say family and I, that's it. Aloha.
This concludes our honorary program today. Mahalo again, Calvin Say, Speaker of the House, council member, and friend and mentor to us all. Also like to just thank the Royal Hawaiian Band, Grand Kono, and Kala'i Stern for your beautiful Hawaiian music. Mahalo, everyone.